So welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am on like a solo van adventure trip. Really excited to bring you along with me. I don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what's going to happen, I've not planned it. Anything can happen in this video, so let's just see where we get to and what happens. And if anything exciting happens, but it will just be a very like normal van life. Nothing, obviously I don't glamorise this lifestyle anyway, so we're gonna do that the next couple of days, maybe a day, maybe 2 days, see how much I film. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but yeah, we're on the road heading to some random park for night location which seemed pretty decent, so let's go. So first things first, I am in Audi car park because that's where all the best adventures start, hopefully. Just gonna grab some food. Every so often through this video I'll probably come out with some random tips, things that I think of about how to stay safe as a female travelling alone. And I just realised that my SIM card isn't working. I don't know why. It just never really works, and I always rely on the Wi-Fi box, but I can't find the lead to that, so I'm just using my laptop charger. But luckily the Wi-Fi box actually works, otherwise that'll be annoying. But that's definitely something that's really important, is having like an internet and a backup internet just in case, so you can actually get in touch with people, or at least signal at the bare minimum. So yeah, I've just done shopping and I'm now going to head off to a little park up, which obviously I found on Park for Night. So let's go there and we'll have a little chat on the way, and then I'll show you what it's like when we arrive. So obviously I'm in England right now, just come back from driving to Turkey. Van life is a little bit difficult in England compared to like anywhere else I've been in Europe. Like every single place we drove through, even like the countries that we thought would be difficult, like Austria and stuff, like they were easier than England. There's just so many restrictions, and all the time the no parking signs, no overnight parking, no camping, and height barriers always coming in, which is really, really irritating. But I'm currently in like the north of England, which is definitely more easy than the south, which is where my family is. And so when we're down there, we usually just park the van on their driveway because it's annoying and it's just so expensive. But yeah, basically found a little parking spot that's free. The reviews seem pretty good. Some people were saying that there's some like boy racers driving around, but it's, I don't know what day it is, like Wednesday or something, so I'm not worried about that. I'd be more concerned if it was like a Friday night or a Saturday night, but it should be fine. So I'm just coming up to the Park for Night spot now. Already this looks about a million times better than I thought. It's even got a bin and everything, and it's really quite spacious, so it's a thumbs up from me. It's actually not too bad. It's quite nice actually for England. Look at this. We've got ducks and swans and geese and all of the things around here, so I'll be able to sit and have my dinner hanging out with these birds maybe so they don't attack me. But yeah, success. Apart from the only non-success is the fact that there's one of these bloomin' flies in here. It's one of them hawthorn flies, which I hate, so I'm going to try and get that out now. So I would say so far a fairly successful park up. It's really busy right now. I'll just show you a little pan of the car park. So that's the view out of that window. There's a footpath all the way around this lake thing, and there's some more cars there, and then the road, you can see the road is behind me. I don't know whether it would have been better to reverse in, but I kind of like being able to see what's going on. I don't know, it's a nice view. Obviously there's no other windows in the van, so I may as well be facing this way, but hopefully the cars won't be going past too fast tonight, and hopefully there won't be too many cars, because the van does shake a bit when the car drives past. But I think it'll be a pretty quiet road, to be honest. And there's one other van here down there, so yeah, maybe I won't be the only van in the car park tonight, maybe I will, we'll find out. But I've got a few jobs to do now. I really need to clean the van out. I need to clean the floor because it got really like dried mud on it, and I need to try and clean the doormat off. So I'm just going to do a load of jobs now, and I need to clean the fridge out, take everything out of the fridge, scrub it all down because I haven't had a chance to do that in ages. So I'm going to do all that. It sounds boring, but that's reality. And then we'll see what happens after that. If you've clicked on this video thinking you're going to be watching a beautiful aesthetic video where nothing goes wrong and it's just relaxing, and you've clicked on the wrong video. I really want to go for a walk around this lake. It's actually stopped raining. It was rained for a little bit, but it says on the weather that it's actually going to be sun behind a cloud this evening, and it doesn't get dark until like almost 9 o'clock. So I'm going to go for a walk when the weather's actually nice. Maybe there'll be a bit of a nice sunset. Maybe the wind might have calmed down. I don't know, but anyway, I just need to get this van clean, then I'll be able to do something else because it's annoying me at the moment. So it's starting to look pretty okay in here. Things that are always on the floor is kind of annoying. Always that stool, always the projector. At the moment I've got that box which has got some crisps and drinks in it for the next festival that we're going to. And the bed's a bit messy because I chucked my laptop here, and this... I have a new guitar, yeah, baby guitar. But I don't want it to fly off the bed, so I made make like a fort of pillows. So obviously the bed looks messy. So I'm just going to tidy this up. I've always got clothes on my chair, and it kind of annoys me because like when you live in a house, you know the clothes that you've worn a couple of times, they're not ready to go in the dirty washing, but you also don't want to put them with your clean clothes. I don't want to put them in my box folded up with all my clean clothes, so they just live on my chair. Because normal people, I guess, would like hang it up somewhere or like, I don't know, put it in a different wardrobe. I don't know what people do. When I'm at my parents' house, I just make a little pile on the floor of clothes that I'm kind of wearing. Let me know in the comments what you do with your halfway clothes, because I don't know. I lived out of a backpack for 5 years, and I've lived in the van for 3 years. I've never spent like really long periods of times in a house, so I never know what to do with my stuff, and I never know what's normal as well, because when I was backpacking, obviously I would just like I'd have to make sure that I didn't have any halfway clothes. I just wear clothes until they are filthy, put them in a bag, seal it up, and until I've got a bag full I put it in the wash. So who knows what's normal anymore? I don't. Oh, nice tidy van. I'm not going to bother about the front bit because that's fine. But next, what do I want to do next? I really want to finish off a few work bits, so I'll tell you a bit about what I'm doing, because I get a lot of questions about what I do for work. It's kind of varied, but it's all like the same kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So lots of different brands that we work for, but the similar kind of thing. We do photography and videography for them, depending on whether we post it on Instagram or not. It's part of the job and part of everything. So let's just get into that. I'll open my laptop and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, because I think that'd be quite interesting for some of you guys who might want to do this job one day. So let's go there. So for work, basically I answer emails all day. No, I don't. I do answer emails a lot of the time. That's probably the thing I spend most time doing. But we do things. I've obviously got my website, and I sell my presets to edit photos. And at the moment I need to make some Instagram stories. I'm going to do it on there so I can edit them, because what I'm doing at the moment is making some videos for like a brand. For example, this one here. I don't know where the stories I made are for that. That's not in that folder, so that's a bad example. But we just did a video for this changing robe brand, so we took some really cute photos, which I can show you. And there was a really, really nice one of me and Jake. There's a couple of really nice ones of me and Jake. And then I put graphics on top, put them on Instagram stories. Obviously we only work with brands that are like sustainable and ethical, and the ones that we would actually use. So you don't get rich from this kind of job, but I absolutely love it. So I got to do a bit of that today. I'm going to do this job here, which basically is teaching people how to make money for affiliate links, like other travel bloggers kind of thing. So I'm going to show people basically how they can, if I can go onto my own website, here it is, it's my website, how they can get things like this onto their website, like widgets and links where you can help people book their holidays through recommendations, and then you get a little tiny bit of affiliate money through that. So I'm basically going to show that today, because this is what I was working on yesterday, and I basically made this whole blog post about different websites I use to plan a trip. So yeah, basically today I'm going to be teaching people how to do this. So it's a really, really good job, and I find it really rewarding, actually. It is 4 o'clock, so that escalated. But I'm done now, and I really just want to have a good play of my guitar, because basically I bought a new guitar recently. Come here, let me show you. I'm very excited about it. So this is the new little guitar. Let me just move some of the stuff out of the way because I've made the van a mess again. And this is my regular travel guitar. Okay. This is my regular travel guitar, which is like a 3/4 size guitar, so it's already tiny compared to a normal guitar. But this one is even smaller, and the body, as you can see, is like even smaller. Basically, we are going to Thailand in like September, October, November, December sort of time frame. And travel restrictions, flights have gotten so much stricter with baggage and luggage and measurements and all that, and it just stresses me out. And I managed to get my bigger travel guitar on all of the flights we've been to. I bought it in Australia, so like 6 years ago, something like that. And I've taken it on every flight since then, apart from Morocco recently, but let me off for that one. So I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. It's technically a guitar lady, to attempt to get it on the flights, so I've been playing that. I'm not going to go into like what a guitar lady is, because I don't think anyone's really interested. I will take you to the light and play a quick song so you can see what this new guitar lady situation sounds like. That's not a good balancing place for the camera, but we're going with it. So look how tiny it is. I didn't ask you where you came from. I wanna ask neither should you. Anyway, I need to get used to the tininess of the frets quite clearly. But I'm going to play guitar for like half an hour or something, and then we'll see what I do after that. We'll see if any drama happens in this car park or not. It's quieted down a lot, quite a lot. There's the view out that door. There's our tea towels. There was a camper van here earlier and he left, and then there was another camper van here like quite close to me, like an old couple, and then they left. And usually, like when me and Jake are sleeping in here, we like being the only people in the car park. We aim to be the only people in the car park because it's just nice and quiet. But I was quite looking forward to having like a little camper van buddy tonight. But it looks like that's not going to happen. There's still time, but we'll see. So I'm really hoping there's no like boy racer action tonight, but I can handle it. But I just hope there's not, because I'd like a really nice peaceful sleep. Really embarrassing fact, I've probably only cooked about 5 times in the last 3 years. Actually, not 3 years, probably about 6 years since I met Jake. I've probably only cooked like 5 times or something. So he said good luck, and I'm probably going to have a tin of beans, but I'm not going to have a tin of beans. I'm going to have something quite extravagant. In fact, I'm going to have one of my favourite Thai meals of all time tonight that I'm going to make. Stay tuned for that. Very exciting stuff to come. Well, I may as well start getting dinner set up at this point, because I'm hungry, and there's like, not worried about it, but there's like a group of like men all having like a few cars together, having a bit of a thing. I just don't want to notify them that I am alone and female. Not that I believe that it's a dangerous situation, but like I definitely feel more comfortable when they've left, and then I can go for my walk. But I don't really want to wave the flag around and be like, oh look, I'm here, I'm alone in my van at night. So I'll just hold off until I think, yeah. But I'm gonna start cooking. I'll show you our little cooking setup. So camping stove, puts a bit of wood under it because if you're cooking for too long it actually starts to burn the surface. Thing. I don't need any chopping boards today. All I need is what we're going to use to cook this. Saucepan as well, but that'll be much easier. Oh, will be delicious. This is about as far as my cooking goes actually. That's already done. That's already done. Let's put it in there I guess. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I mean, I'm not doing rice. What do you reckon? I found this beautiful tin of pineapple, so I guess that's going in. Look at that. Chef Beth. Put that in there. I could put the pineapple juice in there actually, but I think it's a bit much, I think. Don't need. Alright, I think this is pretty much done. I'll just let that warm up. That doesn't look bad, does it? I'm going to open the door so I can... it gets really humid in here. Look at this. So this is our little humidity reader thing. It's 22 degrees in here because I've just cooked. 72 humidity, which is like, you can see that arrows on wet. It's like the wet part of it, which isn't good because our roof vent is disconnected right now because we had a fiddle with it. That might be a little bit too windy actually. That might be a little bit too windy, but we're going to give it a go. Just to have dinner. To try and get the humidity out, but yeah. I really like sweet and sour pineapple. I've got to have the same thing tomorrow because the packet's open now. That's alright because sweet and sour is my favourite. I'm just going to put everything away. It's looking quite nice outside now and it's quieting down a little bit, so I might go for my walk and then I'm going to get all cosy, get my pyjamas on, maybe I'll watch a film, maybe I'll set up the projector. But first things first, let's get all this cleaned up. And I have realised over the years that it saves water to wash up like this rather than filling up a whole bowl. Okay, made it out for my walk. I was going to do a cool little shot of me jumping out of the van, but I had my hands full of rubbish because there's a bin here, very useful, so I was trying to put things in the bin. It's probably going to take me a grand total of 10 minutes to walk around this lake, so I might have to walk around it twice. Look! Some baby ducks. Look at them. Look at them. And there is the van. So I'm just going to make a cup of tea and make the bed look all cute, ready for me to potentially watch a film and do some crocheting. So usually, I'll just show you our bed setup. I think we showed it before. There's a bit of wood here. Basically that pulls out and rests on top of here. We put like a little bit of padding underneath and rests on there. And then that mattress, which is at the back, comes and sits on top of this bit. So we actually sleep like with our heads that end and our feet this end. That's not what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just going to take half the pillows off, take this off and like put my pillow there and just sleep across like this so I don't have to make the bed. Because I'm not tall. I just need to move all my guitars and stuff, and I'll show you my little movie setup in a minute. I'm not going to do it our usual way because usually we have a little hook and we've got a big projector screen that comes down. It pretty much fills like, well, the whole van pretty much. But I don't think I can bother with that, and since I'm going to be laying this way, I think I might just project onto this wall here, but we'll see how that goes. One thing that I'm trying to do since I am alone is not go to sleep with like loads of stuff on the side, and just generally like if I need to leave in a hurry for whatever reason, if someone's messing with the van, I can just jump in the front seat and start driving. I think that's probably a good tip if you're wanting to do solo travel, or even not, because even if something dodgy happened and it was me and Jake, like, it's still a nicer feeling knowing that you can just drive off if something happens. And obviously we're able to do that because we've got this gap in between the cab, which is where I'm filming from right now. So we can just jump through that gap and escape, basically, whatever we might need to escape, which is a really good thing. So when people say they're going to put a bulkhead in and leave it in and not have a way to get through an emergency, that kind of scares me a bit. I'm just doing a bit of crocheting because I'm making my friend a little top in this, like, it looks really light in the video, it's a bit darker, it's like an olive green, but I'm going to do some white details on it as well. So I'm going to do like an hour of crocheting and then I'll set up a little film. It's a bit of party central here. There's loads of people parked around who are just playing loud music and singing, but they don't seem like I don't feel threatened or unsafe or anything. It's just like party central, which is weird because it's a Wednesday night. So we'll see how that goes. But I have had a look on Park for Night for a backup spot in case I need to have a backup spot, but hopefully not. And I also might move the van so that I'm reversed in, because then I can overhang the curb on the water side slightly so that I'm not sticking out to the road as much, maybe. I don't think I need to, but some of the cars are going past pretty fast and the van's shaking, so I just want to be a bit further from the road if I can be. But I'm definitely well off the road, but I guess you could always be further. So something exciting did actually just happen, and I didn't film it because I was in the moment and I didn't just get my camera out. But basically this car parked up next to us to feed the birds, and there was like 3 people in there. One of them spoke quite good English, and there's a baby as well. And I heard that their car didn't start, and I waited a few minutes because I thought they might have like a plan for this. And they were kind of shouting at each other, and they just opened the bonnet and just looked like, not a clue, and closed the bonnet again and just sat in the car. So I went outside, knocked on their window and was like, do you want me to help you start your car? Because we recently bought this thing. It's like intelligent battery charger, it says on it. Anyway, I went into the back of the van to see if our Jackery actually had battery. So I plugged into the Jackery, we hooked up the jump cable bits onto his car, and it didn't even need to wait. I literally waited like 2 minutes and his car started. And yeah, they were really interested in the van. They were like, oh, you're just camping? I was like, yeah. And they offered me some food and everything. I was like, no, it's fine, I've just cooked. And they've just gone off on their merry way as well, and their brother came out to rescue them. They obviously live local, but by the time he got there we'd already started the car. So yeah, that was quite exciting. That was a nice thing this evening, and I'm really proud of myself as well, because if usually in day-to-day life, if something like that happened, I'd have been like, oh Jake, do you want to go out and help those people, or like I'd be too awkward. But like, because I spend the whole day on my own, I'm feeling really confident, which is unlike me. I just went out and just knocked on their thing and asked if they needed help, because I know that I have equipment that can help. Anyway, that's kind of made my day. It's like the most exciting thing that's happened today, and they were really happy. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to watching my film now. I'll show you my little setup. I kind of destroyed the bed whilst I was opening the back doors, but I'm just watching the film on this wall. Got my fairy lights on, just projecting it there. So I'm gonna watch that new Puss in Boots film and then go to sleep. Good morning, everyone. Obviously I just set up the camera, pretended to be asleep to then pretend to wake up again, but this is what my morning looks like. Usually Jake's there, so usually my head is that side and feet are that side, but I'm sleeping sideways across today. But last night was fine. I was a little bit more on edge than I would have been, than I am usually when obviously I'm not alone. But this was quite, like I said about like the reviews on Park for Night, people saying there's a lot of young people come and listen to music down here and just smoke and hang out, and that was what was happening last night. But I managed to finish watching Puss in Boots. I did pause it a few times to have a quick peek out of the windows to see if anything was happening when I heard loud noises and stuff, which I do sometimes do that, but usually not as much as I did last night. But yeah, when I actually put the projector away and everything and went to go to sleep, I fell asleep pretty quickly, so it was fine. I felt safe. I didn't feel like scared or anything, which is nice. Also last night I made my breakfast ready for today because I'm having overnight oats. A few goji berries and oats, chia seeds and sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds and all that sort of stuff, with the coconut milk, and I just let it sit overnight, and that looks pretty decent. Somehow I've gotten through 3 GoPro batteries in the last 24 hours. Anyway, I don't know how that's happened. So I'm filming on my phone, but just one thing I've got to do right now, which is take the bins out and empty the water, and it's just not something that people speak about feeling awkward about, because like normal people probably take all their, well, they wouldn't have a big bin bag, but they'd also take their little bits of rubbish home if they don't throw it on the ground. Take their rubbish home, put it in the bin, but obviously this is our home, we need to put our rubbish somewhere. So what I need to do now, even though it's raining, is take my rubbish bag to the bin, but I just feel really awkward about it. I don't know why I feel awkward. Oh, okay. What is wrong with me? Do you know another thing that's awkward is emptying our water, even though it's just water, natural soap. Like, sorry, this is really badly filmed. I 100% understand that this is terrible, but we're going outside. Okay, that was a good bin scenario, because sometimes the most annoying thing is when it's like got a little tiny hole like a letterbox, and then that makes life very difficult because obviously you can't put your bin in that. That one was actually perfect. The reason that I really wanted to do this, I know it's only been like 2 days and 1 night, but I have lost so much confidence over the last 3 years. I used to be really independent, and obviously I've been travelling full time, well, for just over 8 years, so since November 2014, but 5 years of that was backpacking. So in the last 3 years of living in the van, I have not had like more than a couple of hours without Jake around, and we work together, we live together in this tiny van. I feel like I have lost a bit of confidence, so it was really good for me to know that I could go out and I actually was fine, which has been really, really nice to know. And even things like going to the shop on my own, I was nervous, but then when I was walking back to the van, I was like, why was I nervous about doing that without this? Usually, because I'm not like a big talker, I know I'm okay in talking to the camera because it's my job and it's what I do on Instagram every day, but like I'm really not very good at talking to people, and I have major social anxiety, and I'm not an anxious person, but when it comes to like social situations and doing certain things, I just talk myself out of it, and then I can't do it, and I build it up in my head to the point where it's just ridiculous. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to do a few more solo trips, probably not in the van now, because we are most likely going to sell the van and go back to backpacking for a few years, but I'm glad I got the chance to do this. And I'm rambling on, so I'll take this moment to say goodbye and thank you for watching. If you want to see my videos again, you can subscribe maybe, or follow me on Instagram, because that will be in the description. And yeah, that's one thing that's easier with 2 people, is seeing to come out of a junction. You just have to swing around a bit different, I guess, because usually life's sometimes easier with 2 people, sometimes not, but Okay, thank you for watching.